there's quite a bit of opportunity to buy and flip. So Huntsville is you're starting to see some more growth over there. But yeah, like in the county, you have less restrictions than you do in town. Personally, that's what I would like to see, is just more affordable housing. You know, like there's so much potential in Huntsville still.
Welcome to another REI-NWA podcast. I'm your host, Coley Bailey. I am a team leader and executive broker with the Lone Rock team at Fathom Realty. And today I'm bringing you episode 26 with Lori Hawkins. Thanks for joining us on the podcast.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about the big county of Madison County, Huntsville, Hinesville, all the things that are going on over there. Just like a lot of Northwest Arkansas, there's a lot of growth happening over there. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about you, where you came from, how you got into this business, and what you're up to.
Oh, man. My background, like I call it my first life, I taught for 5 years in Huntsville. Taught 4th and 5th grade, and then started having children, and decided that I wanted to kind of step back from that a little bit. My husband is a realtor, and I guess an executive broker in our office, and
you're at Smith. You're at Smith and Associates, right?
Smith and Associates here in Fayetteville.
Yeah. How did you get hooked up with Smith and Associates?
So my husband's been in real. I was about to say my husband's been here in real estate for about 6-7 years, and finally got to the point where he was like, "Okay, you're gonna be better at this than me. He's like, you're the more people person. You need to do this." And spent years trying to talk me into it. And finally, I was like, "Well, I'll do it just to open doors for you, but I'm not gonna try to sell houses." And then fell in love with real estate. It's basically what happened there. So Jason Smith, our principal broker, my husband was with a different company, and kind of brought him into our brokerage. And then so I saw the difference that their systems and stuff did for my husband. And I was like, oh, real estate isn't scary and cold calls. It can be relationships. And that's what I'm all about. So it made me feel more comfortable to jump in.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I love about that brokerage. And I love Jason too. But you guys dig deep on relationships. You're a very tight-knit team. So, kudos to being on that team and everything. So now, are you originally from, where are you from?
So I'm not from Huntsville. So I graduated in Huntsville and then ran away, like probably most people do whenever they're 18. I got married, and I started going to school at NWAC. So we moved up to Bentonville, and then man, we lived in Bentonville and Fayetteville and Springdale 2 different times. And when it came time to buy a house, I obviously did not want to buy a house in Huntsville. I didn't want to teach in Huntsville. I was just running away from my little hometown. Then we just started looking at houses, and we could buy so much more. Even 7 years ago, we could buy so much more house for so much less money in Huntsville. And so my mom got her wish, and we bought a house in Huntsville, and I was teaching over there. That they offered me a job back in my hometown, so ended up teaching over there and buying a house there and raising my 4 little kids there.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful place. I mean, for people that haven't been through Madison County or to Madison County, it's a beautiful country, good folks out there. Like downtown Huntsville is just so quaint. It's so cool. It's like you step back in time. It's neat. All right. We're going to get into Huntsville. Investment opportunities, new construction, all the stuff that's happening in Huntsville right after this word from our sponsor. Are you struggling with real estate code compliance? Let Ordinal, your AI navigator, simplify it for you. Receive clear answers to your nuanced compliance questions in seconds with citations included. Currently, the Ordinal beta version specializes in the Northwest Arkansas cities of Bentonville, Fayetteville, Springdale, and Rogers. Join the beta version now and get your first month free using the promo code REI. After that, it's just $12 a month. Visit breakground.ai/ordinal or click the link in the description below. Start incorporating AI into your real estate workflows today with Ordinal. All right, Lori, so we're talking about Huntsville, Hinesville, Madison County. What's been happening out there?
Huntsville has this reputation for being so far away. Everybody in my office always, oh, you drive all the way to Fayetteville. And I asked one of my friends, he lives in Prairie Grove, and he drives 30 minutes from his house to Prairie Grove to our Smith and Associates office. Mm-hmm. And I drive 36. and home prices are way different, you know, like that's, you know, Farmington and Prairie Grove, they're just become very popular, and it's getting very expensive over there.
Right.
And Madison County is still kind of that unknown little secret place. And it's going to happen. I mean, there's really nowhere else left to go that you can afford to buy and build.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much growth in Northwest Arkansas, in Washington and Benton counties. Mm-hmm. People sometimes forget about Madison County, and Eureka Springs is in Carroll County?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I should have known that.
I will say, I think in terms of prices, you know, I think Carroll County might have us beat.
Yeah.
But you're talking, it's further. It's way out there.
Right.
Madison County's where it's at.
There's a lake in the way.
Yeah,
you can't get there very easy. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been pretty cool, like, just to see, you know, the town grow and the changes they're implementing. Like, Huntsville's actually going to a 4-day school week next year.
Oh, wow.
Just got voted in last week, and our population has grown by 26% since the 2020 census.
Oh, really?
And
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of growth.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're gonna get a splash pad, and I don't know, it's just a cute little town where you wait on a busy day at the DMV, you're talking 10 minutes. You know, like most of the time you walk right into the counter. Like, it's just...
Yep. Yeah, one of the things that I really love about Huntsville is it really is a small town America feel. You know, it's got that Americana feel to it. And at the same time, it's really close to the rest of Northwest Arkansas. People think it's further out there than it really is.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you're talking most of your basic needs you're going to be able to meet in Huntsville. You know what I mean? Groceries and stuff like that. I was going to say, you know, if you wanted to go for a great steak, you might have to drive to Fayetteville or Springdale. But most people in Madison County are going to say the steak's better that they're going to make it home versus the store. That's kind of the way it goes out there. But yeah. It's pretty cool.
And there's a lot of cattle there too, so easy access to the state.
Yeah,
so.
Everybody. A lot of people are farmers, or somebody knows somebody that is.
Yeah. Actually, I need a good farmer hookup out there.
Okay, I've got one.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
I will text you.
I would love to get some Madison County beef. For sure.
Yeah. I was just, you know, the thing with Huntsville right now is I call it a housing crisis. Is how I feel about it. Inventory is low, and every rentals are basically non-existent. It's kind of a funny joke that we have our Huntsville page, and about every day, just about, you'll see one person looking for a rental, and then everybody just laughs. You know, that laugh emoji, because they're not available.
Right.
And whenever I always try to help people, so I try to, you know, find some locals that I know that have rentals, but most of the time I have to send them to Washington County or Carroll County to try to find a rental, because Huntsville just doesn't have them.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so let's talk about how is Huntsville handling this? Are you trying to get more housing built in Madison County around Huntsville? And if so, like, who are those builders, and what's happening out there?
There is, Rosh Coleman finished up a neighborhood out there a couple years ago.
I have some clients that
oh,
bought.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you might be familiar. So Terry Presley is a local builder. He's our only new construction builder that we have right now.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how many he's built so far, but he's got the plans to build 100 to 200 more houses.
Oh, wow.
And but he only does a couple at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And his daughter lists them for him, and then I sit over there every weekend and sell them.
Okay.
Or at least try to.
Yep.
And everything that they have built and available is sold. And so I have a wait list right now of people that I keep in contact with and let them know what the next build's going to be, because they're just sitting and waiting for houses. You just can't find. I mean, they're 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot ish, with the fence in a, you know, like little neighborhood for under $250, and
Wow.
you can't find that
No.
in Northwest Arkansas anywhere else. So
Right. Yeah. Now we're over the 300 mark
mm-hmm.
here, 350, 370 even, sometimes for something similar to that, especially in the main, Fayetteville, Bentonville, those areas. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I sold to teachers in Springdale that they can't afford housing in the town that they're teaching in.
That's
and
hard, yeah.
And so their drive will be like 20 minutes, 25 to the school they're going to be at. And for a house that they can afford,
Yeah.
it's the way to go.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. And so, one thing for real estate investors, here at REI-NWA, I would love to talk a little bit about the investment opportunity over there. I know some of I'm putting you on the spot here, but
I know, I'm scared.
When Huntsville was really developed, I mean, was that more like in the 60s and 70s? Because there's a lot of homes over there that are a little bit older too, that could be renovated.
Yeah. And I don't know the exact date. If any of my Huntsville people are listening, they need to not judge me for not knowing the exact date. But you're right. Like you'll drive through and that's exactly how I would put them too. Like I was thinking 70s, 80s homes that they're just older neighborhoods that need some love.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And when those houses go on the market, they move pretty quickly.
Yep.
But
I mean, I've seen some of the homes over there that are overbuilt. I mean, they're built so well. I remember one that had it was almost built like a commercial building, and it was a house. It was like a garage downstairs, and then it had like a commercially built like metal pans with a concrete slab poured into it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this thing was like a bomb shelter of a house. And I was just thinking, man, this thing was built so well. This thing's going to be here for a long, long time.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of opportunity to buy and flip. There's one of the guys who's been one of the main landlords for Huntsville has stepped back from that position with some stuff that's come up in his life, and he is slowly selling all of his rentals. So that's been a really interesting thing to see too, and that's crazy, the number of rentals that we're losing because of that. But lots of land and just potential. There's so much potential in Huntsville still.
And I would assume that the city is a little more lenient. Well, and definitely the county is a little more lenient when you're going to buy land, divide it up, and build and develop some things. Like they're really looking for that growth.
Oh yeah. So when you're coming to Huntsville, you're going to hit Hinesville, depending if you're coming from Springdale, Fayetteville. So Hinesville is you're starting to see some more growth over there. But like in the county, you have less restrictions than you do in town, but still most of everywhere doesn't have an HOA. It's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really thinking that area is going to be a great spot, whether you're looking to, buy and hold, because there's a lack of rentals, whether you're looking to fix and flip, because there is some older aging inventory there.
Yep.
And then, the ability to buy and subdivide and build out there, it's a huge opportunity. Yeah.
I mean, personally, that's what I would like to see is just more affordable housing. Like they just need houses that they can live in and rent. Our local sheriff, I saw him make a Facebook post the other day. Our police officers have nowhere to live. Like that's just crazy that they're searching for houses for our cops to have a place to live so they can service our area, and that's just not okay.
Right.
So,
well, our audience could be part of that solution, and I would definitely invite you guys out to our Builder Circle meeting that we're going to be having. This is going to be at the Golden Corral in Rogers, and the date on that's going to be April 2nd. Come on out at 5:30. Doors will open at 6. We'll get started. You'll get to meet Lori, and we'll have a discussion about what all these opportunities are, make some connections, get a little networking in, and hopefully we can put some deals together. That'll be great.
It'd be awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Remember, it's $20 at the door or $0 if you are an REI-NWA member. And if you are an REI-NWA member, you will get access to years worth of backlogs of our other programs, because we do record those programs on our back end YouTube channel. And so you'll get access to all of those. You can join REI-NWA from anywhere in the world right on our website, which you can find linked in the description below. Other than that, thanks for joining us on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.